Now we will be learning about the straight line in detail. Let us see the definition of straight line. The straight line is the locus of a point along a straight path or in a unique or constant direction. Then that is, the point is moving along a straight path without the change in direction also. So that is called what? Straight line. Now consider a line intersects the x-axis at the point A0 and y-axis at the point 0b. Then A is called the x-intercept and B is called the y-intercept. This point is very important. That means you can look at the diagram and understand it easily. That is, this is the line and which intersects the x-axis at A0. That is, this point is A. And this point on y-axis is B only. So we can write it in ordered pair as 0b because its x coordinate is 0 in the on the y-axis. So and we call this, the point on x-axis is called x-intercept and the point on y-axis is called a y-intercept. Now a line parallel to x-axis has no x-intercept. That is, if the line is parallel to x-axis, it is not intersecting anywhere on the x-axis, so its x-intercept will be 0. Similarly, the line parallel to y-axis has no y-intercept also. Other definitions related to straight line are: inclination of a line. Inclination means the smallest angle made by a line with the positive direction of x-axis, which is measured in anti-clockwise direction. Now when we take this angle, smallest angle, that is less than or equal to, that is its value is lies between 0 degree and 180 degree and it is less than 180. 0 less than or equal to theta less than 180 degree, and because it is on smallest angle possible. Now two lines are parallel if and only if they have the same inclination, and the inclination of the x-axis and a line parallel to x-axis is 0 because if a line is not intersecting x-axis, then there is no inclination, or the smallest angle made by the line with the x-axis will be 0. And the inclination of the y-axis and a line parallel to the y-axis is 90 degree because y-axis is perpendicular to x-axis. Now slope of a line. If the inclination of a line is theta, then tan theta, if it exists, is called the slope of the line. We denote it by m. Therefore m is equal to tan theta. Now if theta is given, we use the slope by the formula m is equal to tan theta. If a of x1, y1 and b of x2, y2 are any two points on a non-vertical line whose inclination is theta, it is given non-vertical line, so inclination is taken as theta. Then tan theta is equal to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Okay. Some important points related to the slope are: the slope of the x-axis is 0 because x-axis makes 0 degree with itself. So the slope of the line parallel to the x-axis is also 0. That is, the angle is 0, therefore slope is 0. Now the slope of the y-axis is not defined, and we know y-axis is perpendicular to the x-axis, so the angle is 90 degree and we have tan theta is the slope. Tan 90 degree is not defined, so slope of y-axis is not defined. Similarly, the slope of a line parallel to the y-axis is also considered as not defined. Now two lines are parallel if and only if they have the same slope. So we have one condition here for the parallel lines. So if the lines are parallel, then they have same slope. Now a horizontal line and a vertical line are perpendicular to each other, then the slope of horizontal line is 0 and the slope of the vertical line is not defined. Horizontal line and vertical line are similar to x-axis and y-axis, and we know x-axis slope is 0, y-axis is not defined. Similarly, now we find the relation between the slopes of non-vertical lines which are perpendicular to each other. Theorem: Non-vertical lines having slopes m1 and m2 are perpendicular to each other if and only if m1 into m2 is equal to minus 1. That is, the slope product of the slopes of two non-vertical lines which are perpendicular to each other is equal to minus 1. Consider the alpha and beta be the inclinations of non-vertical lines having slopes m1 and m2. Then we have alpha, and here it is non-vertical, so alpha not equal to pi by 2 and beta not equal to pi by 2. Now look at the diagram. Two lines with inclination alpha and beta. This way also you can take beta and alpha interchanged. So in both the cases we are considering this theorem. So tan alpha is equal to m1 and tan beta is equal to m2. Now from the diagram, first one, it is clear that alpha is an exterior angle. So in this triangle, right angular triangle, alpha minus beta is equal to 90, or we have beta plus 90 is alpha, so alpha minus beta is 90. And from this diagram we will get alpha minus beta is equal to minus 90. So we have alpha minus in combine both these cases, we have alpha minus beta is equal to plus or minus 90. Then cos 90 is 0. So cos alpha minus beta is equal to 0. Now in trigonometry we have the formula cos alpha minus beta is cos beta minus sin alpha sin beta is equal to 0. Sin alpha sin beta is equal to minus cos alpha cos beta, that is cos alpha cos beta is taken to the right. Then divide this sin alpha sin beta by cos alpha cos beta, that is equal to minus 1. Then sin alpha by cos alpha is tan alpha, sin beta by cos beta is tan beta, which is equal to minus 1. And tan alpha and tan beta are nothing but the slopes, that is m1 into m2 is equal to minus 1. We already learned the relation between the slopes of lines which are perpendicular to each other. Now we are going to learn about the angle between intersecting lines. That is the acute angle between the lines which are not perpendicular to each other. Now and in terms of their slopes we will get this angle theta. There is a theorem related to this. If theta is the acute angle between non-vertical lines having slopes m1 and m2, then tan theta is equal to modulus of m1 minus m2 upon 1 plus m1 m2. In diagram we have two cases here, alpha and beta taken, and which are the inclinations of these two lines with the x-axis, and in this case theta is considered inside and in this case theta is considered outside this triangle. Now let alpha and beta inclination, then we have tan alpha is m1 and tan beta is m2 are the slopes. Now from the figure 1 we know that theta plus alpha is beta, then theta is equal to beta minus alpha. And from the second one, theta is equal to pi minus beta minus alpha. That is beta is nothing but, here theta is outside, so we need the inside angle, so it will be 180 minus theta. So 180 minus theta plus alpha is beta, then theta is equal to 180 minus beta minus alpha, pi minus beta minus alpha. Therefore tan theta, from the first one we will get tan theta is tan beta minus alpha. From the second one tan theta is tan pi minus beta minus alpha is minus of tan beta minus alpha using trigonometric identities. That is tan theta have both positive and negative values, so we consider the modulus of those values, that is tan theta is equal to modulus of tan beta minus alpha. And tan beta modulus is taken, so tan beta minus alpha can be written as tan alpha minus beta also. Therefore tan theta is equal to, now using the trigonometric formula we have tan alpha minus beta is modulus of tan alpha minus tan beta upon 1 plus tan alpha tan beta, and we substitute tan alpha as m1, tan beta as m2. So tan theta is equal to m1 minus m2 by 1 plus m1 m2. Then theta is nothing but tan inverse modulus of m1 minus m2 by 1 plus m1 m2. Now here theta is acute angle, lines are not perpendicular to each other also. Therefore m1 m2 not equal to minus 1. Therefore 1 plus m1 m2 is not equal to 0. Now the related exercise 5.2 is explained in the next video. Thank you.